Hey everyone, today I'm going to give you a quick look of the Real Arcade Pro V4 by Hori for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3. Just kind of a real quick and dirty rundown for those considering getting a PS4 stick. I know with the recent announcement by Capcom at the PlayStation Experience that Street Fighter V was actually going to be a PS4 exclusive on consoles, that there's been, at least amongst my circle, renewed interest in getting a PS4 stick. There'd been some talk about getting some PS4 sticks when Guilty Gear Xrd was announced, but since that's also coming out for the PS3, a lot of people just passed on the PS4 version and are sticking with their PS3 sticks. So really, up until now, there hasn't been really a good reason to consider a PlayStation 4 stick, and even really now you don't need it. As far as I know, Street Fighter V will be out for a very long time. But if you're going to be playing Xrd, or if you're going to be playing Ultra Street Fighter 4, which is also coming to the PlayStation 4, I believe in the spring, then you may want to consider getting one of these PS4 sticks. Now, this is a PS4 and a PS3 stick, so it is backwards compatible. If you're looking for a PS3 stick now, you might as well get something that has PS4 compatibility as well. I know that Mad Catz is also making a PS4, PS3 stick, and that one's modeled after the TE2, which is already out for the Xbox One and has been since the launch of the Xbox One for Killer Instinct. You can actually see that, it's in the corner over there. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Hori Real Arcade Pro V4 and just kind of take a look at it, look at the features that it has, and just kind of compare it size-wise with the existing sticks that I already have. This is just a sampling of the sticks that I have. Initially I was a little worried about getting a Real Arcade Pro, because the Real Arcade Pro V3, if you look at it, you kind of see, I mean, we'll open it up in a second, but you kind of see it's got a short, I don't know, I guess it's not very tall, or I guess it's tall, I don't know how you explain it. There's not a lot of room for your palm. This is actually the stick that I use the most. This is a Qanba Q4RAF. This is PS3 and 360 compatible. We're not here to talk about that right now, but that's my main stick, and I've modded it. There's what it looks like normally unmodded, but in any case, I just wanted to show you that there's a lot of room for your palm on this model, and as well here, and even the TE2. And of course, kind of what started it all, at least in America, this is the original TE. This is a 360 stick, but the PS3 stick is identical. So if you're using a PS3 TE stick, it's the same thing. So anyway, let's take a look inside. Because I'm doing this one-handed, I'm holding my phone here with one hand. I've gone ahead and cut through the seals here. And let's see if we can get this open. Oh boy, this is a little harder than I thought. Let's see. I always make these things so incredibly difficult. Okay, there's one. I should have removed these. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Okay, so I guess we should take a look at the box here a little bit. Kind of focus here. So some of the features that it has here, let's just go over the back of the box. You can probably get a lot of these from the Hori page or Amazon or something like that. I actually picked this, or my wife actually, she got this for me as an early Christmas present from Amazon. So if you need it, they have it in stock. I don't believe that GameStop or Best Buy or any other, like Fry's, have it in stock. So you may want to go with either Capcom, or maybe if Hori has a store, they're probably selling it as well. Anyway, so here are some of the stats. It's 17 inches in length, 9.5 depth. I guess that's what I was complaining about, that it's not really deep. And the height is 4.9 inches tall. And it's got looks like a 10-foot or 3-meter cord, which is pretty standard. And then it got, you know, the standard button layout. It's got turbo, which I don't know anybody uses turbo, but it's got it. One thing it mentions here is the Kuro buttons and the Hayabusa stick. So that's kind of featured prominently up front here. Typically, people who are pretty serious about their fighting games tend to use joysticks with Sanwa parts. They're usually JLF, Japanese style ball top sticks, and 30mm standard Sanwa buttons. But this one actually features the Hori designed Hayabusa stick and the Kuro buttons. So they're not, if you're only looking for standard Sanwa parts, you do not want to get this one, because although I'm sure you can swap them out, this one actually comes with the Hayabusa stick and the Kuro buttons. Now, some people actually prefer these buttons. Hori's actually put out a fighting edge stick, which is a much larger stick, and actually has a huge area for your palm, and it's really big. But they haven't made a fighting edge for the PS4 yet, haven't even announced it. So, and they're pretty expensive. This is actually a pretty good deal. It's $149, and as far as PlayStation 4 sticks, it's the cheapest one that is currently out. The TE2 from Mad Catz is actually going to look pretty much like this one. This is I mean, I've changed the cover art, but this is the TE2 for the Xbox One. Obviously you can tell there's an Xbox symbol there, but they're using this as a basis for the TE2 for the PlayStation 4. So if you're looking for all Sanwa parts, you may want to consider that, although this is going to run you $200. So $149 and $200. So that's up to you. They do make, I think, 3 different versions of this. If you want to get a Persona one, they're making one. There's also a what's the other one? I know there's an Ultra, or sorry, yeah, an Ultra Street Fighter 4, and what's it? Oh, the Extra one. So there's options there. But anyway, back to while you're watching this video, the Real Arcade Pro V4. Let's go ahead and continue opening it up here. Okay. All right, that was much easier. I'm gonna have to lay down this side. Oh, never mind. It comes right out. Let's get rid of these big carton things and put it down. And what do we got in the box here? Well, looks like we just got the carton holders and the manual. Maybe we'll take a look at that in a little bit, but you know, I'm sure most of you know how to use the FightStick if you're looking to buy it. It probably goes over the features of the stick, like turbo and you know, changing from PS3 to PS4, and I think it's got a lock so that you can't accidentally touch like the guide button or whatever it is for PlayStation. So anyway, back to the stick. Let's see. Oh, it's pretty light, I can tell you that right now. It's lighter than the other sticks I'm used to. Alright. So it's got 6 pieces of tape here. 3 pieces. Almost done. Alright. So let's take a look. I need some help here. It's difficult to do one-handed. No one-handed jokes, please. Alright. About the video there. Okay, there we go. And there you have it. Let's put this off to the side here. And gotta say, it's a pretty good looking stick. It's I like the color scheme. I like my sticks to be kind of plain. I don't like a lot of flashy artwork. If you notice, the 2 sticks I've modded, this one has a pretty, I mean, there's a KI logo in the background that's very muted there. And T2, and this one, yeah, just a blue background, the logo, you know, Capcom, and then that's my gamer tag, Katsu, and I don't want to really get into that stick too much, but back to this, I do like, it's really clean. I like the color scheme. I've never had a stick with Kuro buttons before. If you've had a fighting edge, then you have. I'm gonna say it feels very much like a Sanwa stick. These are all Sanwas, by the way. It maybe sounds a little different, but that could be the casing. The buttons look, if you can see that, buttons look pretty much like some. They're a little. They seem a little. Seems like the plunger may be a little bit bigger, and the rim may be a little thinner than a standard Sanwa button. It's kind of hard to see because they're black. Let's see. That button's weird. I don't think that's a Sanwa button or a Kuro button. That's just some kind of generic button. You can kind of see that this options, but I guess they don't use start anymore. The options button, it goes actually below the rim. That feels kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, I do know how to feel. Like I don't like that, but I'm sure it'll work fine. These are Sanwa 24mm, and they actually run flush. So that's kind of interesting. This also looks like these Kuro buttons look like they're have a little flatter or not as round of an edge. So I mean, it's not sharp by any means, but if you look at this is the stick's actually connected to that PlayStation 3. If you look at these, they're kind of a little bit more rounded. I don't know if that would affect anything. I wouldn't think so, but that's something to consider. I'd heard from somebody that the Kuro buttons were kind of creaky. So, I mean, they sound okay. I don't think they're... I mean, you have a different sound. Again, I'm affecting the game there. But they kind of almost sound like Seimitsu buttons. I have used Seimitsu buttons before. I didn't really care for them, but I don't know. These feel pretty good. It's kind of dark here, but here are the. Let me see if I can get a light on. Get it back up to the light. So here you'll see some of the buttons. Here you have a share button, an L3 button, an R3 button, a turbo, and various toggle switches. That last one there says 3 or 4. I'm assuming that means PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4. Then you got various other things here, like looks like you can switch from L3 to R3 and L1 to L2, whatever that is. F mode on off. I think that is lock. So you can lock the sticks. You don't accidentally forfeit a round if you're in a tournament. And then standard digital or analog stick control. So there's that. Turning it over, turning it around here. You see that it actually has kind of a lip here. You can see it. The lighting is pretty bad. I apologize for that. It has a kind of a lip here, so it doesn't go flush all the way, because it is a pretty wide stick. The bottom is, as you would expect, it's a metal bottom. I'm pretty sure, I mean, I haven't looked into it, that it's probably very easy to open and mod. Yeah, and as always, they always put a sticker over one of the screws telling you that if you open it and mod it, that you avoid your warranty, but, you know, who cares, whatever. All right, you know, now that I lift it up, it does have some good weight to it. Let me see, the original TE. Okay, so no. This feels substantially heavier. This is, oh yeah, this is, I mean, I don't know, maybe 60% of the weight, it feels like, something like that. But it still feels solid. One thing I kind of miss is that the bottom of these Qanbas have this kind of felt bottom, which is really cool if you put it on your lap, which most people do. But it seems like a pretty good stick. Let's take a look at the compartment for the cabling. It's right here. Let's see if I can get it open. Okay, so there's the compartment for the cabling. Actually kind of, oops. Let me open it. It's very spacious, I should say. Yeah, it's very spacious. It's got quite a bit of wiggle room. If that's a 10-foot cord, that is a substantial amount of wiggle room, because one of the things I hated about the TE2, see if I can show you, is the compartment for the cable is really tight. Now, you can probably see it. I'll hold it up here. It is really, really tight. If you want to put the cable in, you have to pretty much make sure that you have exactly the right kind of folds in your cord. Oh, great, now I can't close it. There it is. Otherwise that thing won't shut. The Qanbas, well, this one has a busted door, so I could show you this one. The Qanbas have a pretty good sized compartment as well. I mean, the lighting is terrible. I'm gonna pull it over here. So you don't have to be as precise when you fold up the cord, but it looks like, anyway, it looks like the Real Arcade Pro V4 has that covered. So that's really cool. I think what we'll do now is I'll go ahead and pause and hook it up and try it out, and I'll let you know what I think. But so far, looks pretty slick. It's a slick stick. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll probably do a part 2 and do a review or a mini review and run it through its paces for a night and let you know what I think and tell you about the PS4 compatibility and the PS3 compatibility. Until then, thanks for watching.